Shehu Idris' family requests President Buhari to stop Matawale from prosecuting them. Federal government trains 170 farmers on agronomic best practice in Katsina State. Nigeria to inject more men and arms for military to tackle insurgency. On business, BlackBerry smartphones production to end in August. On sports, Mikel Obi in brawl with Emery after alleged racial abuse. And on the international scene, President Buhari and Prime Minister Johnson agreed on a common future for the Commonwealth. Welcome to Standard Voice Television News. I am Musa Joy Onyoza. Now the news in detail. The family of late Alhaji Shehu Idris has petitioned President Muhammadu Buhari over plan by the Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawale Maradun to demolish a property belonging to their father in Gusau, Zamfara State capital. In a petition to Mr. President, signed by members of the family including Aminu Shehu Idris, Sani Shehu Idris and Salisu Shehu Idris, the family accused the governor of prosecuting the family members. Alhaji Mukhtar Shehu Idris Koguna Gusau, a member of the family, was the governor-elect of Zamfara State in 2019 election before his victory was upturned by the Supreme Court few days to his inauguration last year. The family expressed their worrisome on the situation they found themselves under the administration of Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara State. The family explained that late last year an unknown name, alleged to be a member of the family, was mentioned in a ghost worker scam in a bid to tarnish their good name, which they refuted and demanded for an apology. And now their family house and a mosque built over 40 years ago by their late father have been marked for demolition by the Zamfara State Governor. They explained that the development seems similar to the case of the family of the late statesman Alhaji Olusola Saraki in Kwara State. The family said they are law-abiding and part of the founding fathers of Zamfara State. They said they strive and immensely contributed to the growth of the state, but are now being victimized for having a member of the family belonging to the All Progressives Congress, APC, a political party different from Governor Matawale's party, the PDP. They called on the president to kindly counsel all governors in the country to treat their populace with justice and fairness irrespective of their party affiliation, as the president have always demonstrated while relating with them. The Katsina State government, in collaboration with Raw Material Research and Development Council, Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, have commenced the training of 117 farmers on agronomic best practice for the growth of crops across the 34 local government areas of the state. The farmers were also exposed to see opportunities of investing in cashew, sweet sorghum, sugar beets, beans, and safe use of pesticides and agrochemical to enhance poverty alleviation, employment generation for economy development. Declaring the one-day capacity building workshop open, Governor Bello Aminu Masari of Katsina State said the partnership with federal government was reached when the state government visited the ministry recently with a view for Katsina's farmers to access modern techniques that will enhance agricultural production in the state. The governor, who was represented by his deputy Alhaji Manir Yakub, added that the training has multiple effects on farmers: increased income, improved standard of living, and significantly reduced malnutrition among infants in the state. He reiterated government effort in training and retraining of staff and farmers in the state, providing them with tractors, motorcycles, irrigation sites, dams, among others, to boost agricultural activities in the state, urging participants to utilize the knowledge acquired during the one-day workshop. On his part, the Director General, Raw Material Research and Development Council, Professor Hussaini Doko Ibrahim, represented by Dr. Bolarinwa Olumbemi, said the essence of the workshop was to address the concern raised by the European Union on the rejection of 67 processed agro-products of Nigerian origin in 2015 and 2016 due to pesticides and chemical residues, contamination and poor quality standard. According to him, federal government has already established a quality control, standardized department and zero committee to ensure production and consumption of foods that can increase foreign exchange earnings, adding that it has also published guidelines for processing and expansion of beans and other commodities to ensure compliance with best international standard. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo on Monday said Nigeria will inject more men and arms into the armed forces to battle insurgency. According to the Vice President, there will also be increased surveillance and funding to tackle the terrorists. Besides, the armed forces will collaborate with local vigilantes to enhance security. The Vice President spoke on Monday in a wake of Sunday's prayer walk by Christians in protest against killings and upsurge of insecurity in the country. The prayer walk called by Christian Association of Nigeria was led in Lagos by General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. The thousands of LCCG parishes nationwide participated after a prayer for the nation by Adeboye during the Thanksgiving service beamed life to all parishes of the church. Professor Osibanjo, who spoke during the visit to the Villa of Clergymen under the auspices of Arewa Pastors Forum for Peace, was quoted by his spokesman Lalolu Akande as assuring Christians that the federal government was handling security well. The Vice President said the administration is doing everything that needs to be done, including military deployment in diverse fields like the Boko Haram in the northeast. Professor Yemi Osibanjo said they have to now recruit more into the army and much faster than before because there is need for more men on the ground. Resources also to buy more arms and to buy more platforms. The Vice President also explained that at last meeting of the National Security Council that was held on Thursday, they had discussions on how to beef up the military's platforms. He assured that there is a lot going on in terms of trying to beef up security and also the aspect of surveillance, how to conduct more area surveillance using drones and electronic devices to improve surveillance. Professor Yemi Osibanjo assured the clergymen that the federal government is also committed to finding lasting solutions to the perennial crisis in communities in the north and other parts of the country, including the ones bordering on religious prejudice. He urged the group as men of God to also come up with ideas and their thought on how to find lasting peace in the country. Kano State Executive Council has approved the release of over 4.5 billion naira for the execution of various projects in the state. The State Commissioner for Information, Malam Mohammed Garuba, announced this while briefing newsmen on Monday on the outcome of the Council's meeting held at the Council Chambers, Government House of Kano State. He said the approvals are for the release of over 2.7 billion naira for the procurement of water treatment chemicals for potable water supply across the state, while the sum of 150 million naira has also been approved as outstanding counterpart funds for sanitation, hygienic and water supply in Nigeria's SWAN-2 projects across the state in collaboration with EU and UNICEF. Malam Mohammed Garuba also explained that the sum of over 26 million naira has been approved by the Council for the conduct of General Household Survey of the state and the release of over 89 million naira for equipping and furnishing the upgraded Kafi Meyaki Cottage Hospital in Kiru local government area. The commissioner said that as the state set to celebrate the year 2020 International Women's Day, the council has given the approval for the release of over 24 million naira for the conduct of the program and empowerment of 1,500 women. He also announced that the council has ratified several requests forwarded to the governor for approval and subsequent release of funds for which provisional approvals were given as a result of the urgency and time constraints pending the formation of the State Executive Council. The approvals include that of over 441 million naira for the feeding of free boarding schools, activities of bilingual college in Niamey, Niger Republic, repairs of 57 girl child initiative buses, acquisition of Islamia school owned by individual at Gedi Jaoji headquarters, a selection of criteria for sponsorship of candidates for 2019 NECO, NBAIS, SCC exams. Other ramifications include over 323 million naira approval for the provision of internet services, supply and installation of computers and accessories, literacy training of staff of the Ministry of Education, construction of 3 classroom blocks, renovation of classrooms and toilets in some selected day and boarding secondary schools, as well as rehabilitation of staff quarters. The Kaduna State government has beefed up security around the Rigasa train station as part of efforts to guarantee the safety of passengers. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, reviewed this when he visited Rigasa train station to assess security measures in the area. The latest security arrangement by the government comes on the heels of rumored attacks on passengers along the road leading to the railway station by suspected kidnappers. He said a combined team of army, police and other security agencies have been stationed around the station and environs to ensure that passengers are adequately protected. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Menene amfanin gari idan har babu zaman lafiya?
Mecece jiha idan babu shugaba mai adalci? Mecece rayuwa idan ba yanci?
Me amfanin karatu idan har ba aiki?
Menene mahimmancin zabe idan babu roman demokradiyya?
Menene amfanin tarihi idan har ba za a samu darasi daga cikin sa ba?
Jihar Zamfara da can ta kasance a bar sha'awa. Gashi kuma sansanin noma da kasuwanci.
Gurin da kowa ke sha'awar zuwa. Amma sai abubuwa suka juya.
Amma sai kasance yanzu da zarar an ambaci sunan Zamfara, tunanin wata musifa da ko bala'i shine ke darsu a zakatan mutane.
Baki suka daina zuwa, 'yan gari suka fara guduwa. Talauci da tashin hankali suka yi yawa.
Gashi jihar mu mai haske ta dawo ta yi duhu.
Sa'annan mutanen Zamfara sai muka tashi tsaye, muka kama addu'o'i da tuba ga Ubangijinmu.
Sai kuwa Allah ya amsa addu'anmu, sai ya kawo mana matawallan muradi.
Dodon makiya zaman lafiya, dodon talauci, dodon makaryata da masu yaudara.
Me yi kuma dan Allah, me kishin mutane.
Me kuma neman gwamnati ba don kansa ba.
Cikin kankanin lokaci sai gashi ya dawo mana da hasken Zamfara, amma ta fi yadda take da.
Wannan shi ake nufi da shugaba.
Jarumi ba malalaci ba.
Ma'aikaci ba barawo ba.
Allah ka kare mana zababben gwamna matawalin maradi.
Allah kuma ya ƙara masa lafiya. Allah kuma ya ƙara ɗaukaka.
Wannan saƙo ne daga gwamnatin jihar Zamfara ƙarƙashin jagorancin Bello Muhammad Matawallan Maradun MON kuma bardan ƙasar Hausa.
Welcome back on Business. Jemima Samuel has more detail.
Welcome to Business Desk. Chinese electronic group TLC will stop producing BlackBerry brand smartphones this year. The company said on Monday, leaving it unclear whether it will be the end line for the once-dominated handsets. At the end of August, TLC will no longer have right to design, make or sell BlackBerry smartphones, the Canadian company said in a message shared on Twitter. The post said the future is bright for both TLC Communication and BlackBerry Limited. and we hope you will continue to support us as we move ahead of our respective paths. Canadian-based BlackBerry licensed its smartphones technology to TLC in 2016 in an effort to revive its feature in a smartphone market now dominated by Apple and Android-powered handsets. BlackBerry did not disclose its future plans. Key model smartphones introduced in 2018 were still being promoted at the BlackBerry website on Monday. TLC unveiled two key in mid-2018, combining a physical keyboard with 4.5-inch screen and powering it with Google-backed Android operating system. BlackBerry's share of the global smartphone market has fallen to virtually zero since it dominated the market with its physical keyboard design a decade ago. The rise of Apple iOS and Android-powered handsets with touchscreens and app for that prompted BlackBerry to abandon the market to concentrate on software and services. Under its agreement with TLC, BlackBerry remains in control of software and security on smartphones, while TLC produced handsets abandoning the former BlackBerry OS software. BlackBerry also produced smartphones under the Actel brand. And that's what we have on Business Desk today. I'm Jemima Samuel.
And on sports, Sufyan Abubakar has more detail.
Hello, welcome to Standard Voice Television Sports Room. My name is Svtv Abubakar, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Former Super Eagles captain John Obi Mikel was last weekend involved in a brawl with Fenerbahce's Emre Belözoğlu following an alleged racial abuse of the former Chelsea FC midfielder. Although Mikel's Trabzonspor won the Turkish Super League clash 2-1, the talking point of the encounter was the racial abuse, and it took the intervention of the teammates of Mikel to prevent the brawl from degenerating into further ugly situation. According to reports, Mikel took on Emery at the end of the ill-tempered game after the former Inter Milan Newcastle United midfielder was alleged to have called the Nigerian a nigger out of frustration of losing Trabzonspor at the Medical Park Arena. It's not the first time that Emery has been accused of saying such racist remarks to black players, as he once did same to former Ivorian midfielder Didier Zokora, and without an apology attempted to shake the hands of Zokora in the reverse fixture, which the former Elephant star declined. Mikel is believed to have already filed a complaint with the Turkish Football Federation for necessary action to be taken against Emery, with Trabzonspor strongly behind the Nigerian. Since joining the Turkish side, Mikel has emerged as one of the most important players, and over the weekend, he once again distinguished himself with a performance which clearly shows that the former Chelsea midfielder still has the class that made him a hit at the Stamford Bridge years ago. Super Eagles forward Odion Ighalo's spirit seems to be sky high after securing his dream move to Manchester United. The striker was pictured smiling and laughing outside the Lorry Hotel yesterday. He stepped out of his temporary residence dressed in a grey Nike hoodie and greeted by fans. The 30-year-old forward supported United as a child, and it seems he's still reveling in his move to the Old Trafford club. Ighalo fused over a baby and chatted with his friends in the car park outside United's frequently used hotel in Manchester city centre. The former Watford man has joined on loan from Shanghai Shenhua, and his new club will be paying a third of his $300,000 weekly wage. Ighalo landed in Manchester on Sunday, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be hoping Ighalo is the man to get his side firing again in front of goal, particularly with Marcus Rashford out injured with a double stress fracture on the back. Manchester United are heading out to a warm weather training camp in Marbella later this weekend in Spain, and Ighalo will get the chance to bed in with his new teammates. The next game back could be a crucial one in the top 4 shake-up, with Manchester United visiting Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea on 17 February. Ighalo piled his trade at Watford for 3 seasons, scoring 40 goals in 100 games before making a mega money move to the Far East in 2017. And that's all we have on sports today. Back to the newsroom.
And on the international scene, with the expected exit of the United Kingdom from the European Union having taken place, the stage is set for a new trade regime between the UK and its old partners, as well as an alignment with new trading partners. President Muhammadu Buhari, understanding the inevitability of the situation, had stated earlier of the opportunities presented by Nigeria and indeed other nations of the Commonwealth in the emerging trade scenario occasioned by the Brexit. It is therefore heartwarming that Prime Minister Boris Johnson also believes that indeed a new dawn awaits the United Kingdom in its trade relationship with countries within the Commonwealth, Nigeria inclusive, as reflected in his speech earlier on Monday in Greenwich. President Buhari, while writing on a new case for a Commonwealth based on trade on the eve of the UK-Africa Investment Summit in London in January, had said, like many other Commonwealth leaders, he also seeks a new settlement not only of closer relations between the UK and Nigeria, but of unleashing trades within the club in which we together shall remain. With a population of nearly 200 million, made of largely a vibrant and energetic young men and women, brimming with ideas and being the largest economy in Africa, Nigeria looks forward to a trade engagement with the United Kingdom, which will undoubtedly present for Nigeria and indeed the Commonwealth a mutually benefited dawn. President Buhari is therefore optimistic that the forthcoming Commonwealth meeting in June promises to be one to look forward by all participants. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Shehu Idris' family requests President Buhari to stop Matawale from prosecuting them. Federal government trains 170 farmers on agronomic best practices in Katsina State. Nigeria to inject more men and arms for military to tackle insurgency. On business, BlackBerry smartphones production to end in August. On sports, Mikel Obi in brawl with Emery after alleged racial abuse. And on the international scene, President Buhari and Prime Minister Boris Johnson agreed on a common future for the Commonwealth. Thanks for watching. I still remain Mosajoy Onyoga. Stay tuned.